Greetings from BIMCafe. My name is Kimberly, and today we'll be looking at how to create basic scenes and renders in Twinmotion. So if you go to your browser first and type in Twinmotion, it will bring you to its website here, and follow the prompts to click download. You might have to create an account and sign in first. And we're going to go for the educational license because it's free. We love free stuff. And follow the prompts for that, and it will get you to install this Epic Games launcher. That's some details of like the storage you'll need on your device. Once you have the launcher, open the launcher. And it looks like this. It's a gaming platform which uses Unreal Engine, which is a really good real-time rendering software. But we want to go to the Twinmotion tab, and mine says launch because I already have it. But if you go to the drop down and choose the latest educational one and install that. So whilst that happens, we'll need a file from your model to put into it. And I've just opened the Autodesk template for this little house here, and I'm going to go up to File, Export, and we're going to export an FBX file and save that wherever you like. So once we've got both of those done, we're going to launch Twinmotion, and then we're going to import our FBX file into it. So we click Import, and we'll import geometry. So select your file and open that, and it will have some material options here. We can collapse the hierarchy, keep the hierarchy. I'm not going to change any of the settings because we don't need to. Import, and then there's some more material settings. I'm not going to change anything. We'll use the scene materials for everything. So everything we've imported from that model has been given like a basic material, which looks this nice orange and yellow. But it's grouped them, so each of the objects that has the same material is going to be the same shade of orange or yellow. You can see these solar panels are all the same color. All the glass will be the same color, the roof tiles. And what we can do is we can start applying materials to these, and it will do it by the group. So we're going to go up to this little arrow in the corner and open the material browser here, the library. And we can select different materials. I'm going to take the glass. It's got all the different kinds, and it will give you a little preview on the right there of what it will look like when applied. I like my glass to be clear, so we'll drag that over, and you can see where I've dropped it on one of the window panels. It's taken all of the glass in the project because we grouped all the materials when we imported it, and it's applied this material to all of them. I'm going to take a look at the roof materials now, I think. So I think I want to have some nice tiles on there. You can see there's a few different kinds, different shapes, different colors, and they're all adjustable. You can see down the bottom there's different colors, and you can change the opacity and stuff. I've applied this one, but it looks a bit small, so I'm going to take the scale bar here and drag it up until it looks about the right size for roof tiles. That's about right. And I can see that some of the roof here is exposed, and maybe that should have some covering. So I'll drag some of the basic roof covering, which I'm assuming is asphaltic paper, some waterproofing below the tiles that we can see there. Scale that up to. What's next? We can change. I think I would like my walls to be made of bricks. Also, a lot of different brick options here, and they're all customizable with colors and bump patterns and stuff, which you can play around with. I think I'll take a pretty simple one. Classic yellow. Again, I'm going to scale this up because I feel like these bricks are way too small to be the Danish standard brick size. So I'm going to scale it up probably as much as it will go. And that looks much better like that. Next, I'm going to keep applying materials to other elements. Anything that's orange or yellow will need applying. But some of them I'm not sure what they are or what they should be made of. So on the right, I'm going to open this scene list. And if you select something in the scene, it will show up on the, like, highlighted on the right side, and it will tell you what it is. So this is a precast stair. So I'm going to look at some types of concrete. And if it's precast, it's going to be pretty basic. So we'll just use that. Yeah, that looks fine. Excuse me for sounding sick. I'm actually at home with COVID at the moment. And we're going to continue this process. It's a bit like playing The Sims, just selecting each individual thing, building it the way you want it to look, going through it all bit by bit. And you can get really detailed. Like, you can adjust literally everything. You can change the bump pattern in walls and things like that. It's crazy. But down here, once you have a material selected, if you've used it before, you can just drag and drop that, like this asphaltic paper, because I've already scaled it up. It's the same one saved down here in this material browser. So you can drag and drop that. I don't think that's what this is meant to be though, so I'm just going to change it. Some different kind of concrete there. Scale it up, that looks okay. And I'm just going to continue this process of applying materials until it looks good. So I've applied some more materials and the house is looking more like a house and not a happy meal. I've applied some materials on the grass and the outside walls. And I mean, there's lots of things you could do outside. You could add trees and bushes, but I've kept it simple. I want to go inside and try and make a scene out of this kitchen. So it's pretty grim at the moment in yellow and orange. So let's take a look around. I think I want to take pictures looking into this counter region. So I'm going to focus on making this look good, I think. So let's go through some materials. Let's change this floor first. There's lots of different types of tiles, lots of different patterns. I think I'll keep it simple. Must be something nice. Basic grey, lovely. So I'll apply that and scale it up. Beautiful. Then maybe we'll change some tiles around these little islands. That looks fine. And we're definitely going to have a marble countertop because we are fancy. So let's go through these types of marble. I don't know, they all look good. Blue, lovely. And we'll scale that up too because we want to see these details, right? I'm going to find some metal for the sink, kind of chrome. Maybe that's not the best one, but it's fine for now. And the tap also there. We'll leave the, oh look, we're in the light. We'll leave this cooking hot plate just black. That looks fine like that. We've got some nice orange doors over here. I wonder what they are for. So I'm going to select it and look on the scene listing on the right, and it's double doors flush. I wonder if that's going somewhere. We'll apply some glass there. Oh, it looks like a, I don't know, storage area. Let's try a wooden door and see what that looks like. Wood, wood, wood. But this is fine. As you can see, when I've applied the wood to that, it's changed all of the other glass things in the area. So I'm guessing it should be glass. We'll keep it as glass anyway. Just we don't want to have wooden windows. Make this oven shiny and chrome. And some black glass on that, or whatever I've got there, some black detailing to make it look better. This seems to be a fridge. Master cool. Chrome is fine for that too. Okay, it looks kind of better. Not so aggressive. So I'm just going to keep applying materials, make it all look a bit better. The same as the outside really, but all just in this one room. So I've added more materials and I've started placing some objects for a nice housewarming party that we're going to have. There's some food and drinks out. I've put some plants in the area, and I'm going to show you how I did these. So I went to the kitchen accessories, and you can see these sets of plates. I took one of these and placed the set on a surface, and that's a drag and drop situation like before. but this will place it on a flat surface and it will only move on that plane for now. So if I go in the scene list browser here, go to the plate set, you can see there's like 2 subcategories, and I'm going to delete the bowl and the small plate because I don't need those. And now I'm just left with this. And we're going to need a bigger plate for the party that I've got planned. So you can see it moving on that plane there with this selected. If I push tab, it will show us the other planes where you can rotate the object or move it vertically. And yeah, you can see it's highlighted there on the directions which it can move. Push tab again, this is going to be the scale options. So use the top one, it's going to make it more chunky, and from the sides the same, like it will scale it to that direction. If you drag from the center, it will just scale it up like as a whole object. So just drag it from the center there, and I'm going to tab through, go back to that plane and push escape. So now let's fill the plate. Let's add some food to it for the party. I find that the more different details and like differences in the objects that you place in a scene, the more realistic it looks. So I'm going to have a few different kinds of donuts here. And you can see as I place them, they will sit on the plane, the angle of the plate that will be like here on top of this one. I'm placing it on top of the donuts. And put one more there, and it's a slight angle because it's on top of another object. Lovely. I think that's enough for the party. Yeah, fine. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, see what we've got. Got some plants I've added in there, looks nice. I've got some cell phones, because there has to be, right? It's nice orchids, some more food, some croissants. And I've got a bottle of wine there. I don't think that's going to be enough, so I'm going to add another wine set. We don't really need the set, we need some more wine. So I'm going to go in the scene list on the right and select the wine set and drop down. You can see that it's actually made up of a few different objects. So I'm going to select the wine bottle, right click and go to copy. And then from there I'm just going to control V and it will copy it as an instance into the same place. So I'll just drag it from there using this plain gadget on the bottom. And control V, instance again, just drag it out, rotate it around so we can see the label. Yeah, it's looking good. So I'm going to zoom out and just have a look. That looks like enough for a small shindig. Okay. I just want to take a look at some of the objects that are available in Twinmotion with you. So if you go into the home, there's all kinds of accessories. I mean, I've gone in the kitchen, but this is where I found the plants in the living room decorations. And in the actual decorations, there's lots of paintings, posters, books. Scroll all the way down, you get cushions and rugs, and they have a lot of llama-based decorations, which is cool. They also have the office, and the accessories are like literally down to pen and paper, so you can get really detailed in some of these. They also have 2 gyms, indoor and outdoor. I don't know what they're trying to say there, but the outdoor one is good. Some of these look more like a children's play park if you want to have them. Some cool little outdoor accessories too. And yeah, bedroom, pillows, alarm clocks. So you can really like make a good detailed scene in most situations in the home. Here we're looking at a fridge. I just wanted to take a look at this. So what I could have done is deleted that fridge that was already there and put this in the gap in the wall. It's really like if you played The Sims, then you're going to be amazing at this. It's time to add some people to the scene. So if you go to characters, there's a few different kinds. Most of them are stationary. Because I want to make a video, I'm going to use the animated humans. And there's quite a good range. There's some office people, casual, go down. There's like some beach people, children, construction workers, some different ethnicities. So it's a party. We don't really want the naked beach people. We'll just go for some normal looking, not suspicious at all. Good. So Eason, let's change his suit. What colours do we have? That's a bit formal, we'll go with this. And so now he's in the scene, he's at the party. We can have a look at the different poses. Yes, he is a dancer, so we'll have him dancing. We can look at the different types of dance he can do down here. Chill, bit Carlton. Okay, he's got some moves, good, good. Okay, this is fine. So now we should place him in a good spot so he's got enough space to bust some moves and find him a dance partner, I guess, next. Come on down, Betty. So at the moment she's on the phone. That's not very appropriate party behaviour. So again, we'll change some of the colours here, get a nice party dress on, put her in dancing mode, and yeah, looking good. So what I'm going to do with the plane here is if I hover over the orange bit and just type 180, that will just turn her around 180, and it's easier than trying to adjust her by spinning around. We'll put her over there. Some more people. Who have we got here? Yeah, he looks like the house owner, doesn't he? He's got business. He means business. Look, he's on the phone, busy. We should change it. Let's give him a drink. So idle. And if we go to the animation, he can be drinking. He's ignoring all the wine that we've bought, and he's drinking a can of Carlsberg there. Great. There we go. So we'll add a few more people because there's a lot of food to get through. Let's take this guy here. Oh, he's tall. Okay. So we'll make him drinking as well. Okay, this looks a bit awkward, doesn't it? Maybe we can make him sit down. So what I'm going to do is move him over to this place, and I'm going to take this stool, move it out a bit so he can sit on it, and then we'll select him and we'll change his pose to sitting. There's a few different positions. Okay, he looks bored. He's not in the right place. So here we can use these adjustment planes on the widget to move him up so he's sitting on it. Not quite right. We'll zoom in, and then if we select him again, we can look a bit closely. Ah, but it doesn't look right. His feet are going into the counter, look. Spin him around. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Okay, we had a good try. So, let's... he's got a special gaming mode. That's good. Taking photo. Okay, he could be the event photographer. Taking some pictures of the party for his Insta. That's great. We'll move him back a bit so that he can get a good view of everyone having a nice time. There you go. Turn him around a bit. Perfect. So now we need some more people for him to take pictures of. I'm just moving the actual camera here to line up with the view that I want to take a video or pictures of to make sure that the people will all be in the shot. Good. She could be drinking. One more. That's fine. Oh, man bun. Okay. He can just be there mansplaining something. Yeah. Cool. And we'll have... There's too much blue in that one. More blue. Let's change the colour of her dress. Lovely. And I don't know, she looks like a dancer. Yes. Mm, okay, yeah. This is good. This is better. It's a vibe. We're feeling good. Like party time. Okay, I think we have enough details in this one room, this one scene, that we can start exporting some videos and pictures. So the scene is set, and to create pictures and videos, we need to go to this little symbol on the bottom on the left. It looks like a YouTube little play button down there. And that's the media mode, and this is where we can create all the different images. And so we literally have to line up the scene where we want to take the picture with this guy with the camera, which is awesome. That's good, I think. And then we literally just click create image and it takes a picture. So I'm going to take one there and I'm going to move the scene slightly. These controls, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, are exactly the same as that for panning around, and it's easy to move around the scene that way. So we've got two pictures. Let's take a video. So I want to make a video that's kind of like a cinematic, first of all. So the camera will stay still to be looking at the room, and these people will be just doing their thing, having a dance. And these cinematics are quite good for like opening slides on presentations. So this 3 shots, you can see up there where it says part, 10 seconds. These 3 shots will run for 10 seconds. So when we push play, this is the video that we've just recorded. And you can adjust the length of time that this runs for. That's yeah. So that's one kind of video, and we'll create another one. And like it says down the bottom, if you move in the viewport and then click the little plus, it will add the position for the next camera view. And you don't have to worry if it's a bit jerky, if you like move from side to side and it's not exactly smooth, because as long as you don't move too far or like spin it around too much, these are just the positions that the camera will go to. And I recommend just small changes in each one, and then you can adjust the length of the part to make it seem smoother. Because if we moved around the whole room like this, making small adjustments like we're doing now, and add one there, and then we change the part to be 4 seconds, for example, it's just going to do this whole shot, pan around the room in 4 seconds, and that will just look too fast. Nobody will see anything, and it will swing the camera around at angles that won't look natural. So 10 seconds is enough for this because it's a small room, but if we wanted the camera to be moving more slowly, we would change the part to be 20 seconds, for example. So that's fine, that's good. So let's adjust some settings on this and make it look better. If we go to settings on the bottom, you can see there's them lighting, location, weather, some other ones. Don't think we need to change the lighting too much now. Let's look at the location. So here is a little map, and if you click on the magnifying glass to search, we can pinpoint exactly where the model is on the map, and it will, all the weather settings and time of day and stuff will be oriented to this place in the world. So we can change the month, the season, which will change how low or high the sun is in the sky. Depending on the angle of your model, if you know it, you can change the north offset so that the morning sun will be coming through the right window, the evening sunset will be in the right place, etc. So change the time of day here to be in the evening. And I'm going to change the background because we've got a big city there. Let's make European city. And that's the small buildings and the background that's on the far edges of the scene outside the house, but you can still see them here. So it's kind of dark. Let's add some lights. The area light is a good one. You can adjust the size of the area, but generally it's just if you want to light a large space, you can see there's a box there in orange, and that's the size of the lit area. You can change the color, the intensity. You can switch these on and off in the browser on the right if you want. So I'm just placing a few through here to light up the party area. We'll have the light going into the hallway. Yes, that's fine. And let's just see what it looks like in the video now. Yeah, nighttime. It's kind of bright. I could adjust that, but this is fine for now. Okay, good. So we've got a video of the party inside. I want to take a picture of the outside of the house as well, and I want to be able to adjust some of the settings. So I'm going to zoom out. Now we're outside. That looks kind of cool. You can see that it's lit there. The sunset. We need to adjust where the sun is so that we can see it better, because it's all just a dark silhouette at the moment. Okay, one thing I will do is add some outdoor lighting, I think. So you'll find that in objects in the city and the street lights there. So just pick one at random. Bright. I'm just going to place some outside in random places so that we can see some grass there. Put one more. And these will show up in the picture. Yeah, so I'm going to go to image, and we'll create an image of this scene here. And then I'll go to the more underneath it. We'll go to location. And I'm going to play around with the north offset and the time of day and the month to try and get the sun in the right place, because I want to try and make a nice sunset image here. So I guess in February the sun is set in a different place. Where is it? I think I'm moving the moon now. Yeah, that's way too dark. Where's the sun? Okay, I'm going to change the north offset again. Yeah, I can see some stars. So this is the moon. We need to change the time of year to be able to get the sunset. Oh, hello, moon. Yeah, this is the nice red colours that we wanted. Summertime, the moon's up. Yeah, I'm really faffing now. So we'll go summertime. Lovely. We change the time of day. So the moon's up. We don't want the moon. There's the sun moving around there. So we want it to be behind so we can see these little wind turbines. Okay, well, this is good. You can see a bit of the city behind it. I'm going to go into the weather settings and just slide this up. Not, that's enough rain. Just go back so there's a few clouds, a bit of ambience. In the season, make it just autumny. Growth will change any of the plants that you've placed, and smog will just make it a bit blurry on the horizon there. You can change the wind settings and stuff like that if you've got flags or trees and you want to be showing them in motion. Yeah, I think this is good. Beautiful sunset. So here we are, we've got our pictures and videos down here in the media mode. Images, we've got 3. We don't need all of them. And the videos. Cool. So we'll go to the lowest one here, the export button. And we're going to select the images that we want to export. We'll just take 2 because they're quite similar, 2 of them. And we'll take one of the videos, video 2. Select that. And then we'll just go to Start Export, and you'll have to select where you want to save it and let that run. So this is one of the pictures that we took, and now we've exported. Daytime party time. Looking good. And this is the sunset that we created. Again, like we could have put more time and effort into these. So this is the video. It's very bright, but we can see around the whole kitchen. So yeah, we've got some nice images and videos to use for a presentation now. A big thank you from BIMCafe and myself, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Bye!